All right, here we go. Late night we go. Wednesday, October 15th. Taking a look at crypto. What's going on in crypto? A lot of red lately. This is FinViz. You can see, downward movement here, 2% for AAVE 4.52, Link 4%. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on with this? The daily chart. I can see from the lows here. Let me move this. From the lows in August, we were what, 50,000, 2024, climbed a new low, 70 in April, 120. We went to about 125 and the high, what's that, about 126, 222. All right, then you come down that big move here with Trump, with tariffs, and the other things that happened. This really went down. Liquidation, all kinds of problems here. Had that bounce, but it's fading again. It looks like it has to hold this 110, maybe 108, and then you have right here a little bit of 107. Now that wick went almost to 100. Looks like 100's a big play too. It goes that round number, 100,000. You go there, and if it holds, that's good. Then you get a bounce from there. You like maybe even see go there. Just go down to 100 and bounce from there. See the weekly. Look at the low in 2023. 20,000. Go up again, go up again. There's that wick right there. Yeah, it's trying to hold 109. You can see right here, back here is support now. Kind of looks like a jumbled mess though. Down, big green candle, we're breaking out. Now we're not. So kind of a messy chart here. You can see it's a stack in here. It's trying to get over this 120. It's not happening. See the 30-minute. Yeah, from that liquidation here, that went way down here. Then we're going sideways. Did bounce to 116. See the 1 hour. 116. Looks like we're in this 116 to 110 range. See this? We came down, back up, back down again. It looks like it's trying to hold 110. So 110 is support. If you go below 110, then you could fall through this 110,000 line. If you break out 116, you could easily just go back to 120, 122 on Bitcoin. Let me get to my other chart here. Bitcoin, where's Bitcoin? There it is, BTC USD. Why is the chart like this? What happened here? What happened? So, oh, that's why. Damn, I hate that. See this line right here? Come in, it messed everything up on the chart. It's a sketch, it's an error. I took it down to 11,000. Bitcoin's not 11,000. Why is this doing this? Does this actually say anything? I don't know. But that ruined my chart right there. Let me get to my other chart. All right, so here's Bitcoin. The high trend up. See this line 19, 64, 69, 124. Now it has this, above 80. See this wave going back and forth? It hasn't really gone down. Now CCI, see the mountaintop is getting lower, but it hasn't really done much as far as making any real big moves, even though with the Trump speak. We go to 1 year. All right, so you can see when we're at 74,000 here, line here, this big breakout of that line, 123.2, 124.5, 126.3. Looks like it wants to roll over here. I mean, you were very overbought. You bounced. Now it's crossing again, negative. So if you go down again, there's that 100,000 support. Now, if we go out further, 2 years, look how the 50-day, this is the 50 EMA. A lot of people, if you're not familiar with stock trading charts, exponential moving average. There's a moving average. It could be MA or it could be EMA. This is a faster moving average. It's going to take into account, how they, all these candlesticks and everything. It's a faster moving average, you could say, than just a regular moving average, if I explain that right. But all right, so came back to the 50-day, 53, 58, 74. It's come almost to the EMA here, the 50-day. If it rolls down to 100, that could be support. And that would be cave, because if it does break 100, you're most likely looking for 80, right here, 71, 78, 75, somewhere around there if it breaks completely through here. Let me see, where's my chart here? All right, and you can see it's going down. I had that high, went down, bounce. Looks like it's going lower on the weekly. See the daily. Daily 6 months. You have the 200-day moving average, EMA. Look at this. That would be 108. Now I had to move up. There's the big wick, went through, it bounced. Came back to 116K. Now what's it doing now? It's still going down, trending down. You might get a 108 and bounce again. That would be an important line right here. Hourly. Look at that rounding move here. 124, 126 back in October. Then you go down. Look at that move. Look at that tail. Look at the volume here. 105K. And then you're below the EMAs now. 116 with 13. But it is holding here. This is a descending triangle. 109, 110. Now this could break out and go right up. This is if it holds out, of course. That's the way it's looking right now in this hourly chart. Right here, you can see on the daily chart, 150-day. Look at this, and this bounces. Look at this holding. Look at these wicks holding that 110. It wants to hold this 150-day, and if not, it's 200. Very interesting. 4-hour 109 bounce, 110 bounce, 110 bounce. All right, let's get to the year. All right, so you can see 174K, you move up, and you're above the moving averages now. You're trying to hold that 200. So 108 would be key. If you break through 108, you're just going probably to 90, around that 90-ish, and then you see what happens. But nothing's definite right now on Bitcoin. All right, let me get out of here. Go over to charts. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum daily. Chest cold. Won't go away. All right. What is all right? So the 4,000 line is very important in Ethereum. Yeah, let me get a weekly actually. You can see better. Yeah, here it is, the weekly. Now look at this 4,000 line. How many times you have tried to gone up and it's pulled back? Back in 21, 22, then it dropped big. Yeah, back in 24, even 25. Look at that deep move to 1,500. That was a great buy. Then it went to near 5,000, 49.56. And now what's it doing? Sliding back down. Yeah, it could be just consolidation, most likely. Right now, let me move myself out of here on my end. So look at the monthly chart back up here at 5,000. So you get double top, a big double top. Usually it's not good. Usually you get out fast, and it did, but it depends how far we're going down now. Hourly chart, you see 4,800, you dive down. 36, you're bouncing, bouncing, but the high is getting lower here. It really has to break above 42 again, show strength, and then this 43 line is huge to go back up. You need to go through that. So there's the event with Trump. You go down, you go back, you bounce. There's your 4,300, and you come back again, but it's holding, well here. You could say this 38.92, 15-minute. There's the big move up, drop down, tried to hold 39, and it did pretty well. All right, so the move from April, you're talking 1,500. There's a move up, come down, consolidate, move up again, consolidate, move up again. And then we run into trouble you could say about 47.76 around here. Look at this stop. See this? The cluster down, cluster down. There's another one. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. You can't get over this. And now, what's it doing exactly? It went down big, bounced, and now we're sort of stuck here. But it has to reclaim over 4,500 again on Ethereum. All right, Solana. Daily chart. This was at 280 back in 2025 early. Goes down big, 100, 180, 140. The lows are getting higher. Yeah, I notice in crypto, it's a lot of big moves, but it's longer. It's like longer term moves, like April. We get down, we go up again. It's big winding moves, and you keep grinding up. All right, so this is the drop here, 200. This is a problem at like 260, 240. Weekly chart. All right, the weekly you can see here, 250. See the cluster here, here, and here. Draw your line up here, broke support. What's the monthly look like? Very hard to see in these charts. But look at the deep move down in 23, 24. And that's where we're at. 30-minute, 15. Let's get to 30. All right, the 30. So it has to break this 210. This 210 has been a wall since October 11th. Or you could say 211, 210. Then it did come up here, and then it's trying to hold this 190. And then if you don't hold 190, it's going deeper. All right, BNB. So what yeah. Excuse me. All right, BNB. Look out in February, April, this was holding this 500 and it takes off 600, 7, 8. This goes to 13, 1,400 plus. Look at that wick down. Went to 800 and almost lost half there. That's incredible. Weekly chart, 200, 600, 800, big shooting star wick. You see the monthly there. This was way better than the monthly as far as, 200, 400, just taking steps here. Broke this 600 and look at it take off. 1 hour on this. Ever since that drop, this climbed all the way back to 1376. He dropped, bounced, dropped, tried to bounce. It's really get over 1,200. This is looking better, BNB. 30-minute. Let's see here. All right, XRP, everyone's favorite XRP. All right, so the daily chart XRP. You'd see back in 2025, February, these wicks, that 190 or 2 was key here. Look how many times the wicks touched 2. Look at the wicks here. And then I had the big breakout, the 350. And then the high got lower here, here. It started to fade in July. It was actually peaked in July. Here, lower, lower, lower. You had a descending triangle break down, and look at this goes almost 1. Imagine get in on that wick on 1, but who's actually like trading it right on that? Like you're sitting by your desk. That'd been pretty crazy. Sort of going sideways now. Weekly chart. Yeah, here's the weekly. The big move was 50 cents, of course. Then you go up 350. Now it's kind of just a messy chart with that wick. It fell way below. Now this looked like it was going to be eventually consolidation, a little flag pattern going to break out, but now it's so far below. It looks, worse. Monthly chart. All right, so the big drop here. Look at this. This is like 140. Where's it at? I can't see the wick. XRP has to reclaim 265 now. It's been hovering 231 to 265. You see the low line. It's just doing nothing right now. All right, Dogecoin. It was 50 cents in December, went all the way down 15, 25. It's really doing nothing to feed it back. Weekly chart. It's just kind of a mess now. ADA. ADA was up, of course, near 140. Yeah, fell back to 50 cents. You can see that many times. Climb. This chart's kind of messy too. It's up and down, not really a great flow. No great flowage. One came down, 90 cents, came down, and look at that, 67. Not a pretty chart, that's for sure. Weekly, you're just going down here. Monthly, it's a 30-minute look like. 30 minutes, 60 cents. And then you have 73. So it's in between here. TRX made a great climb from 20 cents, 25, 30. It actually went up to 37. Looks like it was going to keep going, but then it's starting to fade down now the last few months. Look at the climb though in this. This has been climbing since 2023. It was 5 cents. Look at this. 5 went up to 45. Pulled back. Went up again. Now it looks like if this can hold 30, look at the wicks here and climb again. TRX is very long-term strong. Look at this. Wow. You can see the lows here. That big cross here at 30. It's got to get above. It's 32 now. Or actually 32.50. The lines are so small. AVX. Let's take a look at this. AVX was near 60 in December 2024. Moved down 35. It's dropping. It's at 22. Pretty ugly right now. Weekly, you can see this come down. Look at the highs. God, this was at 120, 140, 60. I don't like how it's fading down all the way here. It's not good. Yeah, the low here now, and this move back up. You're at 20, 65, and then like 24 has to break that line. XLN was up near 60 cents back in 2024. Faded all the way down to 20. Big bounce to 50 cents. These are the moves you can make. See, you draw your line right here. It's a big descending triangle, and then it got over 25 cents. You did a double right here. On that little move in July, you doubled your money, whatever you were trading. Then it's fading back. Look, it's 50, 45, 40, 32. It's going down. It's going the wrong direction. Monthly chart kind of doesn't look good. It has to hold here 30 and then 35. It's in between the sandwich. Here's dot. That was up near 12 in 2024. It's been fading ever since. Some of these I don't like how they're fading. They were moving up, but now some of these are just going back down and down to 313. All right, Link. Link was at 30, 32, well, 31. Faded 10. Like almost double bottoms, went back up to 28, and then this is fading now. 28, 26, 24. Yeah, the trend is down on this. A lot of the last 3 months, they've been moving back down some of these moves. 30-minute has to hold here, 1664, 20. You're caught in between here. Like, which way is it going to go? We're going to get a big move. Something's going to push the market here. That could happen until Trump says something or whatever happens there. That could move the market on crypto. BCH 250. This was at 650, dove all the way down to April 250. Look at the climb. 650. That was a nice hold. Now you're going the other way. It's having trouble with 600 and 637. It's fading down sideways to lower. Now what else we get here? SUI. SUI was near 550. Went to 163. This is very choppy too. It did have some good runs here, back to 4. It's fading back down. Near. Near was near 8. Went to 2. And then you're caught between 2 And you can say 330, 339. Back and forth it goes. Litecoin, LTC. This has a big resistance at 140. Look at this here, big clusters, and right there. Now it was at 60, climbed very nicely to 130 for months and months. Then it got crushed. This went all the way down. Then you got 94. And the weekly on this, you could say you got 50 to a range of 150 back and forth, but trades within there since 2022 basically. APT. APT was near 16. Slid from December 2024. Let us go down. And now you say 350 to 6, and it's below that, 347. It's not looking good there. EGLD was near 60. Faded from 2024. Look at this. It's at 10. This has been sliding down. This is not good at all. OP was near 280. A lot of these peaked. It looks like December 2024 into 25. You can see this 280. We're going down. I didn't even look at these that close. We're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, the main ones a lot, but this is sliding too. 260 or 45 cents. It's terrible in the last year. AAVE 400 slid down near 125, 150, 350. Nice climb, but now it's heading back down 240. All right, so a lot of these are going the wrong direction. They're going south. A lot of these moves in here the last year, and yeah, it's not good. Like Bitcoin's holding up pretty good here. Overall, Ethereum has made a big run. Now it's caught in between, but sliding down. So it's very interesting, some of the moves here, how they've been going down, down, and down. All right, that's it. Just a little recap. I haven't really looked at crypto that much. Just the main, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. There's a little update on that. Oh, wait, did they fix the chart in this? What's going on here? What's going on here? No, they didn't. They did on that. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, this is the daily chart Bitcoin. You can see back in 2024, look at the high line. Then you're sort of going sideways now. A few low lines here. They'll put it like 80, 90,000. You're in a big move down. You're at a 741 stochastics. See, the weekly didn't fix this yet. The monthly didn't fix that yet. All right, but you can see here, and this how you're sliding down. This could get a move up again, a curl up, and that would put it back above 110, back to 120. So I wouldn't worry about anything. I don't worry about Bitcoin at all unless it changes direction and it's going south, moving longer term. This could actually go down. Bitcoin could go to 80 to 90,000. Doesn't matter. As long as it holds that line, that's a big line going way back. Years of support now. And then that will be even a bigger consolidation. That would be good if you wanted to get in. But you can see that. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Himon Trades on YouTube. Smash the like button. That is it for some crypto talk charts here.